Yeah, something like that. But it's coming back. So anyway, put something here. Like I want to see. Put that one maybe. So then, so I continue. Then what happened after this? Then Lord Ram went further, and he went further. He asked the deers, the animals. He's not asking the deers and animals only. He's relishing the separation feeling, nourishment inside. Sita Devi is also nourishing from that intense separation feeling from Ram. It is ultimately every soul also wants it. Every soul wants it. But problem is, in this material body, when you have a love in this world, then your love is, and you want to express your love for your wife and husband. With this body, your love is compared like a plastic rubber band. You know rubber band? You stretch it. I want to show my love for my wife, to my wife, more, little more, to my husband, more. What happens when you pull the plastic? It breaks. But spiritual love is just opposite. More you relish, you enjoy, you want to do it more. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Anandam ambudi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita sadhanam. Every moment the ocean of happiness increases. How? Through this separation feeling. Union, separation. It's a two part of the same relishment. This is what Lord Ram is doing. He's delivering the entire Panchavati in the forest of Dandakaranya, anywhere. Even Ram, the highest form of lusty person, Ravana, he also got delivered at the end. Sita Devi, she created an atmosphere. You know where she went? That's okay. Where she went, that place, she were staying in three places. I'm not going to give details. I'm just going to come to this point. That Sita Devi was very nicely exhibiting, not that she was trying, she was really feeling that separation feeling from Ram. Now Maya Sita or real Sita, they are inseparable in one sense because it's the same potency. So I give you an example to the audience. When you see this pastime, read tonight the pastime of Kongsa coming to kill the 8th child. So they had a discussion. Now at the end, Vasudev Maharaj and his wife, they said that, my dear brother, this is not a boy. He's not going to kill you. It's a girl. And I will have your son married to her, so you will never have to fear of this child. It's a girl. It's not your murderer. Your murderer is supposed to be a boy. So then, of course, Kongso was contemplating, and then he said, it doesn't matter. The 8th child will be killer. So he grabbed that child. Now the Acharya says, very interesting point. Who was she before Kongso got? It's okay. Was the Jogamaya. The moment Kongso touched, she became Mahamaya. The Jogamaya became Mahamaya. When and how? Try to focus this point. Jogamaya became Mahamaya when? When the intention to exploit, that I will kill this child. This intention to exploitation, to destroy, I am the enjoyer. This mentality comes, then we don't have a connection on the spiritual world. It was Mahamaya. And Mahamaya appeared as a Mahamaya. But Jogamaya appears when? When you have a service attitude. Same thing with the Lakahira. The big prostitute. She is the queen of the prostitute. She was so beautiful that any man would look at her, would not forget. She is so beautiful. But Haridas Thakur was in front of her for 3 nights. On the third night, when did she become completely pure devotee? This is called attitude. Internal transformation of consciousness took place. You follow? When our consciousness, our heartiness, that we want to serve the Lord, when you have the desire, then you have a connection of Yogamaya. Then you can understand these pastimes are most relishable. When you do not have connection of this, then you have a Mahamaya. You follow? So it is the attitude, our service attitude, our desperate, intense desire to serve the Lord, our begging, praying, please my Lord, please listen, please hear my calling. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we're calling with earnestly, please my Lord, accept my loving service. Please my Lord, hear my prayers. Engage me in your devotional path. Then that will take us to Yogomaya's connection to spiritual world. We are product of our consciousness. We are conscious being. We are product of our decision. We are not product of our situation. So when you develop an attitude to serve, then spiritual world will also accept you through Yogamaya. This is what Yogamaya means. I'm chanting, but I don't care about service. Then we are in the border. You follow? Kongso hold the girl's leg, but she's still connected with Devaki's lap. At one point, he thought, I'm going to kill that child. He grabbed and raised his hand. It's no more Yogamaya, Mahamaya. You understand the switch? That switch is up to us. That Krishna gives us free will. The value of free will is tremendous. That is the biggest gift Krishna gave us. That we choose to serve him. That Krishna wants us to come on our own. Krishna will never intervene. In Valmiki Ramayana, there is a verse explained that Krishna will never intervene in any soul's existence or their free will. That's why Krishna created this pastime. Ram created this pastime. And Sita Devi is the biggest contribution in this pastime. Sita Devi should be respected and adored. There was nothing anybody did wrong. What Sita Devi did is the highest sacrifice. I tell you a small story. It's not only laundryman. Of course, Lord Krishna, when he saw the laundryman in Mathura, is the same laundryman who was talking bad about Sita Devi about Sita Devi to his wife, that I'm not a handpicked husband like Ram. You know, Ram can keep Sita. I'm not going to allow you. And Ram listened that. And it's in Bhagavatam. Prabhupada gave a very nice purport. Try to understand through Prabhupada's purport how Prabhupada very nicely put this sentence for our understanding. What happened that in Ayodhya, there is so many citizens. Right now in this world, amongst us, there is so many devotees who does not have actually good intention yet. They have come to Krishna consciousness, but they still have a gross attachment. They want to enjoy sex more than one person. They want to enjoy like anything. And I can relate because I come from that dirty world too. I'm trying to get out by the mercy of Vaishnava and Prabhupada, but it is there. You follow? When Krishna, Lord Ram, sees this, that in Ayodhya, everybody loves Ram, but not everybody loves Sita. Try to understand, try to think from that angle. What I understand, I'm trying to explain you. I had the whole thing written, but I don't have time to read it very nicely. But I'm trying to grasp what I grasp, I'm trying to relate to you. That in Ayodhya, majority devotees of Ram Bhakta, they loved Ram. But can you serve Krishna without Radha? Radha bhajane jodi mati nahi bhela, Krishna bhajan tab akaran gela. Ataparahita suraj nahi jani, Radha birahita madhav nahi mani. Keval madhava pujaye sagyani. So our acharyas are giving explanation. Those who are trying to worship Krishna without Radha, they are not worshipping Krishna. রাধিকার দাসী যদি হয় অভিমান শীঘ্রই মিলায় তব গোকুল কান. If you want to worship Krishna, try to serve Radharani. Try to serve Krishna through Radha. Generally, we don't say in a public preaching. But when we serve Krishna, actually everybody serve in spiritual world. Nobody can serve Krishna. Even Mother Joshoda, Nanda Baba, Chandravali, anybody without Radharani's mercy. You follow? Because Krishna tastes this Ladini potency. Radharani is the embodiment, is the predominating deity of that Ladini potency. Anybody serving, even Mother Joshoda, this Swarup Shakti expansion, Mother Joshoda, Vatsalya Ras, it's Radharani is the origin of that Swarup Shakti. Radha Krishna hoiche sada eki Swarup, Lila Ras Rasadite dhare dui roop. They are one. Ram and Sita are one, not two. Ram and Sita are one. To taste this transcendental mellow, they became two. You understand? So without Sita, nobody can serve Ram. Ram saw this. He looked at Sita Devi. Sita Devi saw her compassionate heart melted for these citizens of Ayodhya. But she doesn't know how to do it. So she was meditating and then she exhibited these pastimes through Swarup Shakti, through Yogamaya. In a short, when the pastime we see that Love Kush came, Love Kush was singing so nicely, wonderful pastimes. There's two facets of that pastimes. One pastime is that Lord Ram did Ashwamed Jagna, where he sent this horse. And who comes with the horse? His brother. Now Love Kush, they are also son of Ram, but nobody knows yet because they lived in Valmiki Ashram. Even in Valmiki Ashram, when Sita Devi went there, all the brahmacharis are doing their jagna and service, but they are whispering. Valmiki said, "What's going on? All the boys, you have to be always truthful to your guru. Come and tell me what happened." "Oh, Gurudev, we're just doubting. This Mataji just came. She was kidnapped, abducted by demon. Whether her chastity is really like honorable or doubtful." Can you believe? Even in Valmiki Ashram, the brahmacharis are talking. And Sita Devi is so merciful. What did she do? She thought, all these brahmachari doing such a hard austerity every day morning, get up at 2-3 o'clock. Well, they didn't have an alarm clock, but I'm just giving a time. They get up so early and they chant, they do austerity whole day. They should get love for my husband, Lord Ram. But how they will get it? Without Sita, not possible. This is the secret. So she was approached by Valmiki. All the brahmacharis are doubting. "I'm so sorry. You're going through so much trouble." But Sita Devi is so compassionate, she doesn't want to reveal this to anybody. She did not want to reveal because then, it won't be happening. So she said, what the brahmacharis they want? Or they want to see that you are chaste. Okay, how they want to see us? Well, there is a lake here, and there is a story behind this in the lake. That there is called Sitavi Lake now, after Sita did this. But before that, it was just a lake. And the demigod would come in that part of Valmiki Ashram, that area. The demigod would come to take bath. It's so powerful, purifying lake. And there's a beautiful forest grove, flower, fruits. the birds lives there. But there's a one pastime took place, all the brahmachari knows. What happened? One pigeon, his wife did not show up that night, came next day. And when she came next day, then he says, what do you think? You can just come in and stay with me? You stayed with somebody else? She said, no, I got lost. The lake is so big, I could not fly. I just jump at night, one tree to another tree, and then I got lost. Whole night I could not come. The problem with the male person, sometimes they're stubborn, and it's true. And that male bird says, I don't believe it. Said, then the Mataji bird crying. And she said, please accept me. You are my husband. How can you say this? Said, no, I don't believe you. Because you didn't come whole night, you stayed somewhere. I don't believe you. And there being argument going on. And the demigod coming to take bath, they can hear, they can understand the bird's language. So the bird says, the demigod says, hey, bird, male bird, don't be so puffed up, false pride. We can see the impression where you were last night, where she was last night. We can see your whole life. This is what we do. Demigod, we keep track. And we see that she was actually lost. You have to accept it. He was so stubborn man, or stubborn male bird. I don't mean to accuse the man only, but they're stubborn sometimes, generally, more than Matajis. So he is so stubborn. He said, but even to the demigod, he says, how do I believe? So how do you want to believe? Do you know how long this lake is? He said, I have some idea. He said, can you reach other side, other end? He said, no, not possible. So if she can do it, can you believe that she is chaste? Yes. If she is chaste and chastity has a power, I will believe, I will accept her. So then demigod told the bird, don't worry, you are chaste, we know, you can do it. We'll witness it. So the bird, without stopping, just tried and went all the way and came back. The other bird, the stubborn male bird, husband bird, is flying from one tree to just to catch up, just to see. And she's going straight without stopping. She went all the way to the end, miles and miles out, and came back. From that day, this lake known as Chastity Lake. So all the brahmachari says, if she can just cross the lake all the way to the end, we'll accept. She is the only chaste lady in human race, the best chaste lady. Sita Devi is thinking, oh Ram, I left Ayodhya just for this, and here also I'm facing the same thing. Okay, I want to give the mercy to those young brahmachari boys so they can go back to spiritual world. She said, come with me. So she sat down on a beautiful flower petal. Lotus, lotus flower. And she sat there and she was just meditating on Shri Ram. She does not think of anything, always thinking of Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. And the boys are running on the bank, because she's going very high speed. And went all the way 20, 30 miles. I was like, all the boys like, oh my God, how she does this? How is that? And then she's coming back straight. They all fell flat. They say, you are the divine mother. No lady can do such thing. You are the best chaste lady in the entire creation. So they used to sing her glory. Sita Devi gave them blessing that you all become devotee of Lord Ram. They didn't know she's a husband of that Ram. It was hidden. So that since that time, all this Valmiki ashram, they all became Ram Bhakta. It was so sweet. How merciful she was. So when this horse came back, going on a different route, and if anybody don't accept Ram as the ultimate king, then you will challenge and fight. Those days, that's how the system was. Not like nuclear bomb or kill innocent people, not like that. So the horse came and Lord Kush stopped it. They said, hey, we're not letting you go. They look at the, neck has a little sign. So we want to fight. So anyway, it's a long story, but they challenge. But guess what? One by one, Lakshman, Bharat, Satrughna, Hanuman, they all got defeated. It's beautiful pastime how they got defeated. They actually, Hanuman could not even fight because they have a Ram Shakti. Ram's power is also in the sun. So at the end, when Ram heard that it's impossible, my brothers Hanuman, they all got defeated, he came. And then Ram was going to challenge, but then he says, who are you? The Lord is saying, why are you asking who am I? You came to fight, let's fight. But Ram kind of lost, out of affection, lost that mentality to fight. Then the news immediately went that Lord Ram, the king, he has come in front of Balmiki ashram and he is challenging. So when the boys went there, Balmiki immediately informed the Sita Devi and he came. He said, my Lord Ram, you are here. I'm so overwhelmed to welcome you. I'm so happy. Please come. And then he didn't want to introduce Lob and Kush. He wanted Sita to. And then they had some discussion, very sweet discussion. Then Sita Devi was brought in. Sita Devi was brought in, and when Sita Devi came, then Sita Devi came and bowed down. And she introduced Lob and Kush. And Lob and Kush was like shocked. Oh my God, we are trying to challenge with him, but he's our father. This is one pastime. There's a two pastime. In 2 days of Brahmaji happened like this. And it was embracing. But Ram was like overwhelmed. But then he told Sita Devi, you can come back, but you have to prove your chastity again. Oh, that's it. Sita Devi says, I am tired of this. When you don't have a respect, Divine Mother like this. But still, one thing with Sita Devi, she never gave up her compassionate nature. She held on to it, that nature. So then what did she do? The entire Ayodhya-basi heard this news. They all started running, coming to this point. Of course, there was a very sweet pastime took place. That Lord Ram, when he was trying to see what else I can do, at that time Sita Devi could not reconcile to come back and to give another test. So at that time, she prayed to Bhushakti. There is a three main potency in Krishna, in Ram Lila. Sri, Bhu, Nila. So she belongs to Bhushakti. So she prayed to Bhushakti. Vasundhara, this earth is also belong to the same potency of Lord. So then all of a sudden, in front of everybody, the earth just opened, and then the Vasundhara, Bhushakti appeared, and she had a beautiful, nice ashan for Sita to sit. And Sita Devi says, it is extremely difficult to go through this test again and again and again. Ram was like tormented. He loves Sita, there is no question, they're inseparable. But he also wants the soul from Ayodhya to come back home. How to do this? He is thinking about it. Sita Devi also thinking about it. When Vasundhara, right in front of everybody, went down with Sita Devi and the earth closed, Lord Ram immediately took his bow and arrow and he's ready to destroy the world. The Balmiki just came in front. He said, Gurudev, what am I supposed to do now? I am in desperate separation feeling from Sita Devi. Balmiki said, I did not write Ramayana after this. I only wrote up to this. See, Ramayana was revealed to the Balmiki before Ram even appeared. It was very fascinating. That time, Lord Ram stayed with the Ayodhya-basi, and every day he would express his feeling for Sita. Why he did this to public? He could have done in his private abode or private room. You follow? Why did he do? All the Ayodhyapasi, they love Ram, but they did not have equal respect and love for Sita Devi. Because they didn't have that love for Sita Devi, they cannot enter into spiritual world. But seeing this Ram's affection, they started talking. What is the value of our love for Ram? Ram loves Sita and we don't love her. They started talking. You follow? They started criticizing each other that we did not develop love. It is so bad. Then they started singing Sita Ram. Before that, they would not say Sita Ram so much. They would say Sri Ram. And every day, for long, many years, they would sing Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. They would cry for Ram, they would cry for Sita. This way, the whole pastime took place. At the end, one day, Lord Ram says, I can't bear any more separation. And he ruled many thousand years just to collect. This is the loving father. You have to see Ram as the most loving father. Just like you are a loving mother of 3 children. Just an example. One child is so mischievous, he's always involved in some mischievous, breaking, or mother going to other room to do the laundry, he is lighting fire on a pillow. And mother, what are you doing? But she cannot kill the child. It's a child, her own child. Then she's trying to extinguish the child, gone. Other side, he's putting hose pipe in the kitchen and flushing all the... What are you doing? You're ruining the kid. It's like he's always into mischievous. But what can she do? So she's always guarding and always praying. How can I rectify this bad nature of my child? You follow? So the Lord Ram and Sita, they are so compassionate. They are thinking to take back home, back to Godhead, all those children in Ayodhya. They did not want to just leave. Okay, you don't believe? Forget it. No, not like this. They are the most compassionate parents. So to cut the pride, to destroy all their material attachment, how they will destroy? It is not possible to destroy. Believe me. If you artificially try to give up this material enjoyment, it is never going to work. You will be superficial. You have to replace it with higher taste. Vishaya vinirvartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam sa param drishta nivartate. Param drishta. You have to have a higher taste. You can replace. So Lord Ram created this higher taste, separation feeling. In the separation feeling, they started crying. Those evil-minded, some dirty-minded so-called Ram Bhakta, they changed their mind. They started crying for Ram and Sita equally. They cry for Sita some more even. They say, oh, we are so bad. We love Ram, but Ram loves Sita so much, and we never respected and gave so much honor. So they started glorifying Sita Ram and they cry for Sita Ram. Then one day Ram says, anybody loves Sita and myself, follow me. I'm going back home, back to Godhead. Before that, he left Lakshman. The Mahakalapuram, who control, he is the god of the last layer of this false ego. You follow? The last layer is Mahakalapuram. Mahakalapuram, the highest form of worship of God in this material world is female, not male. Mohini Murti. It is Krishna, but Mohini Murti. Shiva Parvati worship. But there is an in-charge ruling God. His name is Mahakalapuram. So he came one time. He says, I need to talk to Ram. Lakshman says, well, he's a little busy. He says, no, I need to talk to him right now because pastime is going to end and we have some discussion. So then finally Ram agreed, but there is a contract said, if anybody wants to see Ram, our discussion should not be disturbed by anybody. If anybody disturbed, that person will die or live. You follow? Then what happened? Durvasa just came. He said, "Where is Ram? I want to see him." Wait. He said, no, right now, either I see him or I'll destroy. Which one you want? What? What kind of option? So he went to tell Ram, but then Mahakalapuram disappeared. Means Leela is ending. So then Ram comes outside. He said, "Lakshman, you broke the vow." So Lakshman left. Anyway, his departure was very sweet also. So then, right after this, Ram went to the Sayujo river. That river is still there. And he went there, and he followed by millions and millions of his devotees. They all came and entered into the river, slowly, 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 slowly. The water came up to knees, to the chest, and all the way up to neck, head. They went underwater. When they all went, millions and millions, all devotees went underwater, they entered into the spiritual world and they never came back. Nobody knew, nobody found their body. Isn't sweet? Lord Ram, due to Sita's compassionate nature, separation feeling, purified everybody's heart. And they all went back home, back to Godhead. When Srila Prabhupada went there, my regional secretary in early days, in 80s in Mayapur, he's a very nice devotee. He's not a sannyasi anymore. He stepped down, but he was telling me very nice story. Early days, we were good friend. He said he went there with Prabhupada, a group of, he's an American body also. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about, but he's a very nice devotee. I respect him. He's still there, he's dedicated serving. So he told me a story that when Prabhupada went there to Ayodhya, and they went to see that river, and you know, this story was little bit narrated. So Prabhupada came to the temple of Ram. He says, "So we are Krishna Bhakta. These are Western devotees, Western body, they're devotees. And we want a feast, nice prasadam. Can you make us some nice prasadam?" So the head pujari comes. Maharaj telling to Prabhupada, "We, Ram Bhakta, we only eat root and fruit. We never cook." Prabhupada said, "Oh, but I am Krishna Bhakta. We eat gulab jamun, pakoras, rasgulla, everything, big feast. Make a big feast for the devotees." Say, "Maharaj, I'll do whatever you want, but we never cook here. We only eat fruits and roots, because that's what Ram ate." They're meditating on the Panchabodhi pastime. So they went to the market, and some devotee also went to help, and they bought a huge stuff, you know, vegetable, rice and chapati and all these things. And they cooked a big feast. They offered, they told Prabhupada to offer, Prabhupada offered, and Prabhupada enjoyed that feast. And devotees, they like, "Prabhupada, it was a very big feast." So at the end, Prabhupada says, "Where is the head pujari? He served, he did a wonderful, you did a wonderful. Did you take prasadam?" He said, "Maharaj, I'm feeling guilty a little bit because I never ate like this, but I haven't eaten. I'm just didn't know what to do." Maharaj said, "You respect me?" He said, "Yes, yes, Maharaj. You are great sadhu. You are great Ram Bhakta. Then you listen to me. You honor the feast." He said, "Okay, Maharaj, I'll do it." He said, "What about the others?" He said, "Everybody should eat feast." So they ate big feast. He said, "This is the first time in their life they ate feast." And then when Prabhupada was about to leave, they said, "Maharaj, this is just one time, right? We are not going to do for Ram." He said, "No, why not? He's a prince. You should cook nice prasad for him." So nice, merciful Prabhupada, that since that time they offer Ram nice prasad. No more roots and fruits only. I mean, roots, fruits good, but Prabhupada's mercy is unbelievable. I'm sure Lord Ram is so happy because of Prabhupada, he's getting a nice meal. Because in Jagannath Puri, Hanuman had a problem because the ocean used to come and flood the Jagannath temple. Then Jagannath at night told the Pandas, you installed Hanuman. Hanuman will scare the ocean. So they once, it's called Berry Hanuman. I went there many times to see that. Many pastimes. Anyway, so one day there was a still flood and big sound, and Jagannath came in the dream of the Pujari. He said, I cannot sleep. It's too much sound of the ocean, and the flood came. How is that? Where is Hanuman? They went to Hanuman temple. He's not there. So Lord Jagannath called Hanuman next day. He said, what happened last night? He said, my Lord, they give me little squash and roots. I love in Ayodhya, I get a lot of pakoras and halwas and sweet rice, and so sometimes I feel like to go there and eat and come back, but I forgot to come back, so it was late. So Lord Jagannath says to the head pujaris pandas, from today, give a big Mahaprasadam plate to Hanuman every day, so he will never leave. So that Hanuman is still there, and they never had a flood till today, because they give big plate of Mahaprasad. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hanuman ji ki jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Bhaiya ki jai, Sita Maharani ki jai, Jai Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai, Ramayan ki jai, Valmiki Prabhu ki jai. And our Ram Katha is ending today. And those who have a question, we can take, maybe, I'm not sure. Are you there, Prabhu, on the phone? Should we take any question or we end it? If anybody has any question.
Give them like a minute to type.
I'm sorry, some or other, the Facebook disconnected one time. I don't know how. Anybody has any question further? Yes, very good. Very good. There in Prabhupada's pastimes, there is a one pastimes. There is a one devotee, your god brother, his name is Bhadra. And I never met him, I don't know where he is, but Srila Prabhupada asked Tamal Kesha Maharaj, where is Bhadra? And Tamal Kesha Maharaj said, he is outside, he is acting like he is Arjuna. Prabhupada said, that's not good idea. He should not act like Arjuna, he should be follower of Arjuna. We should meditate that we have a relationship, we can act, but not as imitating somebody. We don't become someone, we become a servant. So Prabhupada called him, and then he told him that you should think like you can be in the war with Arjuna and you're supplying the bows and whatever he needs. So you can meditate as a Rashik Bhakta. Prabhupada allowed it. It's not that Prabhupada condemned. No, Prabhupada, so many pastime I can tell you. Prabhupada actually said, yes, you can meditate, you are participating. So we can meditate, okay, Hanumanji needs some prasadam, Mother Sita is going to cook. What can I do? You can meditate, okay, I'll be assisting Mother Sita cooking. But if we do not have under guidance, we can never serve Ram or Sita. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur went to South India and he saw this Ram Bhakta. He said, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur personally went to that Ram Bhakta and he says, excuse me, Prabhu, under whose guidance you are serving Sita Ram? You are doing so nice service. He said, I don't have any under guidance. I am serving directly Sita Ram. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur paid obeisance and left. He said, he is not serving Sita Ram. It is impossible to serve Sitaram without under guidance of Guru, Hanuman or Bharat or Satrughna or somebody. You follow? We should always think like this. And Prabhupada emphasized this point. Even Upendra Prabhu, 1968, San Francisco, I know that story, that he asked Prabhupada, so is our relationship with the Lord as a father and son. But if I feel, I'm paraphrasing, if I feel I am a lover, then Prabhupada says, he put a pause for a while and then he says, if you feel you are a lover of God, then you keep on practicing devotional service, and in mature stage it will be revealed. Don't worry. But Prabhupada never discourages us not to serve in that Manasa Seva. And those who are not serving Manasa Seva, I tell you right now, you will have a problem of controlling your mind. And if you say, where did Prabhupada give this? Prabhupada gave this in Nectar of Devotion. He clearly says, every devotee should meditate. And he gives this story of Rupa Goswami Pad, that who was a poor Brahmana and his finger got burned because of the sweet rice. The similar thing in the text 8, Nectar of Instruction. Prabhupada give the whole purport is nothing but mentally we should also be absorbed serving Krishna. Otherwise difficult. You cannot control your mind unless you serve mentally also. It will be difficult. So we should not artificially imagine, but we should endeavor. Definitely. We should endeavor. And I can give you those slokas. Seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi tad bhava lipsuna karja brajaloka anusarataha tannam rupa charitadi sukirtananu smritto kramena rasanamanaji niyujya tishtan braje tadunuragi jananugami kalam nayet upadesho saram. You must follow someone who is serving the Lord and do this. When they asked Prabhupada, who should we follow in Vrindavan? Prabhupada said, I'm here. This is very kind of him. So if we are always meditating that how can we are assisting Prabhupada to serving Krishna? How we are serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? By assisting Prabhupada. This is a very good meditation. If we can somehow or other participate to assist Srila Prabhupada fulfilling the mission of his Guru Maharaj, then we are easily entering into spiritual world. That should be our objective goal, life. I hope that gives you some tips. Thank you. So we'll end here. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Gauriya Math doesn't have Sitaram worship? No, everybody has a Sitaram worship. We may not manifest it because we just read you other day. If you look at that sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can write it down. I'll give you the number and you can look at it. Adilila chapter 5, 153. That Ram and Lakshman inside Krishna and Balaram. So when we worship Krishna, we are worshipping already Ram. And if you have in your Swarup relationship with Ram, you better worship Krishna now, so you guarantee you will get Ram. And if you only worship Ram, but your relationship with, say, another form, then you will be taking another tour. But if you worship Krishna, Krishna ek sarvasray, Krishna sarvadham, Krishna sarire sarva vishwara visram. Chaitanya Charitamrita says all the incarnation, everything in Krishna. So if we worship Krishna, whatever relationship we have with whichever form, we'll get it, guarantee. We are called advantage taker. We should definitely worship that way. Then it's easy. Is that okay, Prabhu? Thank you, thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll just sing 1 minute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Gauranga, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Sitaram 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 Sitaram, Sitaram 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 Sitaram, Sitaram Sitaram Sitaram, Sitaram Sitaram Sitaram, Sitaram 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 Sitaram, Sitaram Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, 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 Jaya Guru. Gaur Pravanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpa tarubhasya, kripa sindhu bhayevacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hari Bol.